Take two. Let's try it again on a Friday. I think we're on. I do believe we're on. We weren't on a moment ago, but the world not really cooperating technology-wise today. All good. Let's roll the open again. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can get this show on the road here. A little late today, but better late than never. Here we go. Got no idea if I'm on because I can't tell if I'm on. So I'm just going to go with the fact that I think I'm on. I'm going to kind of look here and just see one more time. For some reason today, by the way, here we go. Yeah, we are on. I'm seeing it now, finally. Yep, there we go. Heard my own voice there. Anyway, we started the show. It didn't show up anywhere. And thus, we tried again. Try again on Friday. Random. Again, we talk about this all the time. There's some really cool technology out there, but sometimes it gets a little ahead of itself. And in this case, a little ahead of itself. Happy Friday. We made it. Week just kind of flew by again, didn't it? Or did it? I have been dehydrated all day. I mean, it's like third bottle of water I think I've had in the last, I don't know, 3 hours. It seems like I had a doctor's appointment. Oh, if I sit like that, look at that. Boy, not attractive view there. See if I can get a little more comfortable here in the seat. I should have probably gone downstairs and done the patio today. Clearly obvious. I put some pounds on. Wow. The light's not very becoming. Should I change it? Turn it off? A little better to turn it off, I guess. I had a doctor's appointment today, and I usually don't eat a lot of big breakfast anyway. So, hey, they want you to kind of sort of fast or anyway because I do some lab work, that kind of. It's my annual checkup. I sort of got it wrong, though. I thought that meant I'd wash down my medicine, morning pills, and vitamins with a little bit of swig of water. That'd be it. Turns out I can actually have water, but until I got in there, I'm like, boy, I wish I would have had 3 or 4 gallons of water before I got there. But anyway, all good. Since that time, of course, I had to do my workout with the doctor, and I was a little low in water. So been just throwing the water back since then. Anyway, all good there. I've had a little bit of issue at the back, the right side of my back, especially this whole workout thing ever since really July. And they're going to help me through that in a couple of weeks. So that's all good. So maybe I'll be perhaps able to maybe do a light jog at some point. Maybe. I still want some light. Let's do this. It's a little better. Yeah, a little better. I don't know. Anyway. So what's going on today? How's everybody doing? How is everyone on a Friday? Let me bring up the chat here in a second so I can see what you guys are up to. Not a lot from here. Here in the Metroplex, it is Texas OU Texas, depending on what team you root for weekend, or in other words, I don't care. But it was clearly evident that the folks were sort of in the spirit walking around the mall today. I could kind of saw a few shirts. Used to be you'd see folks in here Wednesday onward, RVs and all that. And used to be, I working in the service industry, we used to want the Texas folks to, or the Oklahoma folks to win because they spent more money when they won. The Texas folks kind of headed and back. They don't spend the bucks the OU folks do. At least that was the way it used to be. But this year with only 20 some odd thousand, wherever they're going to have 15,000 there, be a little different. So, and usually it goes under in the state fair. By now it's usually week 2 of the state fair, and you've got all that going on. And you've got the football game on the fairgrounds, and people make a day of it, weekend of it, whatever you want to call it. And but this year it's going to be no fair, but they're having the game. So that's this weekend here. Other than that, there's not a lot. Well, wife and I were sitting downstairs a while ago. I don't know if you guys had the same problem I had. We were debating, let's go to a drive-in. Let's go see a movie. Because we hadn't seen a movie in forever. But we looked at the drive-in, at the closest drive-in, dedicated drive-in, and there were nothing. I'm like going, man, I got to see that. Because we haven't been seeing, usually by now, you're seeing the holiday previews for Thanksgiving and what's coming in December. You've kind of already got a wind of it. But most of Hollywood has pushed those starts back to May of next year. I saw earlier, right before I came on, that New York, what do they call it, the Great Mile or Lit Up Mile or whatever they call it there in New York, Broadway, they're not going to have Broadway plays and musicals until May of next year. That will be, they will have been dark since March. I believe they had $300 million income they made up until that point. They usually make, like their record-setting year last year, 18 and 19, was $1.18 billion revenue they made as a collective. Obviously didn't get that far, and they will have gone almost a whole year, over a year, without having any kind of Broadway shows. And, and so Hollywood and, not just Hollywood, but of course, New York, and that trickles down to here. There's, Caroline's working an internship at the Bishop Arts Theater here in Dallas, and there's not as much going on there either. So they're starting to sort of get you're getting a little bit more, concerts, symphony, things like that. But those are all mostly outdoor until, the weather turns. So, again, going back to what we're like, well, a drive-in movie sounds great. Especially you can bring your own stuff. We could get some barbecue. We could swung down by Pecan Lodge, got some barbecue, and swung down to Ennis. My problem was everything they were showing, there's nothing that was like, yeah, I got to see that. It's become more, I got to see that by looking at Netflix and Amazon and other streaming services, Hulu, and, of course, HBO. We've got all the different ones out there. You see, it's become more, like I mentioned on Wednesday, Appointment TV, where I'm watching, documentaries and things that been promoted on those channels. What you're seeing on social media, you're not seeing. You're not seeing it. Yeah, it's sad. It is sad. We are on, by the way. Thank you, Tracy. Guys, I couldn't see your screen today until now, so I wasn't even sure we were on, so I was kind of babbling to make sure. But when I always say thumbs up if we're on, and I'm still not even seeing it, but I know we're on because I just got to notice. But it's weird. I mean, I guess that movie Tenet sort of is a thing, but is it? I mean, at what point are you watching something just to see you're watching something? I mean, well, I don't know. You can say I love Brad Pitt. You can say I love Brad Pitt movies, and it may be some garbage that it's not any good. I mean, just because he's in it doesn't mean it's going to be good. I'm just throw that as an example. I like James Bond. Now, James Bond, I think they pushed that one back to December, I believe. But the Bond franchise usually does pretty well. Just depending, does pretty well. But there's nothing like that out right now. I mean, I guess the closest thing, the sort of interest was there's a Disney thing out, but even then, I'm like, just nothing against Disney, but I'm just not really. I'm trying to pull this up again. So anyway, it's sad, but walking through, the good news is, I'll just tell you, I've not been to the mall, and my wife went maybe week before last, and she mentioned it was pretty busy, and I'll tell you this, she went and she was going to restock my Nespresso machine with the little Nespresso coffee capsules, but there was a line to get in that place, and she just said, "Oh, forget it." Caroline and her went and did whatever they're going to do. There was no line today, but the mall was fairly busy. I mean, there were people there, families, kids, a lot of college kids, a lot of SMU kids, a lot of high school age kids. I mentioned Texas OU groups of kids from both schools. It wasn't slam packed wall to wall, but it was a Friday at the mall, and it wasn't terrible. I mean, there was traffic. I was able to look sort of through Nordstrom's from a distance, and there was people in there. Of course, they've got a huge sale going on. I was actually the Van store, and it wasn't slam packed, but it was about normal for 3 o'clock on a weekday. Maybe a little slow, but people were in there. But around the mall, people were walking around. People were there. People were going about their business. People were, in the food court. The only thing was different was look at the movie area, which by 4 o'clock or so usually start to have some folks on a Friday when I hit the early show. And the AMC was lit up. I mean, there was obviously the ticket machines, and so I was sitting in the booth. What a lot going on there. I mean, and that's a big theater. That one's probably got 8 or 9 screens, 10 screens, maybe something like that. Mom says hi at the game. Yeah, where are you guys at, Mom? Where are you? Where did you guys go today? Road game somewhere? Don't remember where. But yeah, it's odd. I cannot get this to come up on my screen. I had to pull it up on my other here. So let me just do that so I can kind of see your comments and see who's watching, who's not. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. I had to mute myself. There we go. That way I can kind of see. I don't know why it was humid today. Hey, mate, good to see you, Matt. Good to see you as well over in Australia. I'm sorry, I'm just catching up on these now. I thought it was humid this morning. Oh, you're at Northridge, okay. And I'll just say good morning to Australia. As well. So let's put that on there. It was I did, I had my doctor's appointment at 12:45. I worked out from 10:30 to 11:30, 11:40, and I was still pretty lathered up because I could feel the humidity this morning, mid-morning. So yeah, it's definitely a little humid, but it's still 83 degrees. Last I checked, yeah, 83 degrees out there today. Right to about 85 is a high. It's going to be 95 Fahrenheit on Sunday, and I think that's the last real blast of the 90s, at least mid-90s, we're going to see for a while. So probably until sometime in maybe June, July. Wishful thinking, right? It'd be great if we didn't see it again until just the 1 month of August, and that's it, August and done. We had a real mild summer. We've had a couple good milds. Granted, if global warming is going on, apparently it is. We've been very blessed here not to be so freaking ridiculously hot. I mean, it's been warm. Don't get me wrong. It was hot. It was a normal Texas summer, but it was not. There were some in my youth, some very unbearable ones. This was not one of them. So anyway, what else is going on today? Everybody doing good? Well, tell me something good. I'm just plowing through water today. I'm telling you. Again, a woman says, yeah, make sure you fast before you come in for your lab work. And I'm thinking, okay, but that's, I knew you were supposed to not eat before you came in, but I'd never been told to fast. So I'm like, okay, I guess that means literally fast. Real quick. Mom, what are you doing?
Hi.
Hi. What's going on?
I'm going to turn it around. You can see where we are.
Somewhere in Indiana, the sun's about to set.
You see where we are?
Yeah, you're at a football game in Indiana, somewhere in Indiana.
Yeah, Northridge. They've got a new stadium.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what are y'all playing tonight, huh? Are you favored or?
Pardon?
Are you favored or? Are you favored over?
Over. I can't hear what you're saying. Well, they're making an announcement overhead. So well, I just wanted to say hi. I will go back online.
All right. Love you, Mom. See you.
Love you too. Bye.
All right. There we go, Mom. Checking in from Northridge, not Northbridge. Northbridge. Northbridge is an area of Perth. That's the party club, not trendy, because Subiaco or Fremantle, but Northbridge would be, for you folks in the Metroplex or perhaps in Fort Worth, Northbridge would be the equivalent to old school Lower Greenville or old school Stockyards, maybe. Sundance Square, maybe. But Northbridge is a habit. So she's at Northridge, not Northbridge. I think I said Northbridge. Northbridge. She was at Northbridge. She'd be, well, it'd be 7 minutes to 7 a.m. on a Saturday. And there might still be some folks out partying, I guess. But thoughts on Baylor? Yes. I don't think I saw this. Well, first off, KU, Kansas University, Les Miles tested positive for COVID-19. And the Jayhawks, I believe, are off this weekend. Baylor also is off. And Gay Marie and I were talking about this. Let me kind of move myself around. My back's kind of giving me trouble here. We were talking about this earlier, and I saw this last night. Baylor has shut down workouts, etc., as of yesterday. I knew there were some issues. They got, of course, they had one game banged 2 weeks ago. They were supposed to play, was it Houston? Yeah, they were supposed to play Houston. And on a Thursday or Friday, after the game was kind of lined up, they had some contact tracing. Baylor's had a real hard time, from what I understand, with the contact tracing. That's been the real problem. They had 1 or 2 people that were in one cluster of group of people, and those 1 or 2 people were in this cluster, and they were all part of the football program and were around the football program. So thus, it was really a contact tracing issue, I understood, 2 weeks ago. But apparently Baylor has had not just the contact tracing, but also had some COVID cases, and they've been forced to shut down the program temporarily. They're scheduled to play next week, I believe. Oh, gosh, who are they playing next week? They just played KU. They're playing, I don't know. They're playing somebody, okay? They got somebody in the Big 12 next week, and that they're off this weekend. So I guess the plan is, from what I've read, is to hopefully get this thing sort of under control and have at least the folks that tested positive, get them separated. It doesn't, granted, the 2-week window would be week after next. So Baylor doesn't play football. Well, be that as it may, they still do play football. But yes, I know your feelings there, and I'm going to be diplomatic about it. As hard as it is for me to be about those Baylor Bears. Let's see what else we got here. Oops, sorry. Yeah, well, and that's kind of it. I know you're laughing tongue in cheek on that, GM, but that's sort of a problem, and that's what I've heard. That a normal campus situation, you're going to contact trace through pubs, restaurants, the mall, fraternity and sorority functions, whatever, passing each other in the student body, in the student recreation area, student union building, class, whatever. I know that's kind of tongue-in-cheek what she's saying, but Baylor does have a reputation of being sort of that they don't do certain things that other schools, like state schools, do. We joked about it a couple of weeks ago about me smuggling the booze in and that kind of deal. That probably is coming up a little bit. Where you want to contact trace, where were you? I'm not saying that's the main reason, but it probably will make it a challenge, but I don't think it's the real reason. I think she's being snarky. I know she's being snarky, but yeah, you can't say bar, boyfriends, or brothel. Yeah, you can. Those are all things you can do in Lubbock, by the way. And sometimes you do all 3 in the same night, I think. Or maybe they're all 3 in the same place in the same night. But yes, that, again, I think their big issue was what was the contact tracing 2 weeks ago. And I think it was a combination of both with them. They are supposed to play. I'm trying to see if I can find it here. I saw where Les Miles for Kansas. Let's see. I'm trying to find the Baylor story who they're playing next week. Well, actually, I can do this. Next week, Baylor is supposed to play. Week 7, they will play. Where is the schedule? Well, it's the top 25. They're not the top 25. Where's the Big 12 schedule? Oh, gosh. Sorry, guys. Kind of talking amongst yourselves here. But let's see here. try to find the story. I had it earlier. I was going to read a little bit more to you guys. Here you go. Apparently, Baylor is off this week, but they got. What does it say? This is from the Baylor. This is actually from the Baylor. I hate to click on Baylor things, so they're going to think I like Baylor. I don't want people to flood my. Here we go. This story I was looking at. They're supposed to play Oklahoma State next week. They suspended all football-related activities to allow for further evaluation, recent positive test, and complete contact tracing. So, from what I understand, contact tracing has been a big issue with them down there. From what I understand, a couple weeks ago, there was a mega outbreak of some sort. My wife will join us here. I can hear my headphones. Anyway, there was a major outbreak, but there were players, staff, coaches, whoever were in contact with that, but didn't test positive. This time, it's contact tracing along with limited cases that have come up. So, hello there. Where are you? What are you doing? Over.
I lost the audio. Hang on. Let me rejoin.
Okay. She lost the audio. Let's try it again. There we go. Let's try it again. Let's see if she will pop up here in 3, 2, 1. And can you read me over? Now I got nothing. We're having all kinds of trouble today. No, yeah. you can't say certain things. Yeah. Okay, now she's coming back again. Let's try it again. Okay, here she is. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can get her to join us here. And then you hear me now?
Yeah, sorry, I was having technical difficulties on my end.
Yeah, we're having it all over the place too. Tracy agrees with you, by the way. Why? Hold on, Tracy. Why would you be nervous about TCU and K? I thought KU. Oh, it's KSU. That's why, because KU's not playing. You got your Kansas schools mixed up. Although that's an honest mistake, honestly, because.
Don't finish that sentence.
You know what I was going to say.
Don't finish that sentence.
I know. Anyway, I have a lot of Kansas friends. But yes, it's KSU is playing TCU, and that's going to be a battle of purples.
Yeah, so they've sort of surprised everybody this year, so it'll be interesting to see which purple comes out on top.
Are they the same color purple, or are they a little different? I think there's a slightly different hue, maybe, but I have to check that out and see. You have to go actually do the whole numbers, the color numbers to find out. But anyway, pup pick. Yeah, we want a pup pick. Shot of the dog.
Oh, here. I don't have my glasses.
No, not you, babe. There we go. There he is, folks. What are you doing, bud? He looks like he's very interested in what he's doing.
You gonna go potty? You see any squirrels?
Oh my goodness.
Squirrels? He's hoping so. He's moving in slow motion.
Yeah, so in case we're talking about the whole contact tracing deal, but
there he goes.
There he goes. See you, folks. Looks like a beautiful day in the neighborhood. But yeah.
There he goes. There he literally goes.
Oh, well, I don't want to get that. They're adding red uniform this week. Huh. Interesting. Trying to be like Tech. I'm just kidding. Now TCU has added
the worst uniforms ever. I'm sorry, Tracy, but the gray. I'm gonna have to flip back to me. The gray, that nonsense with the gray and the black, has got to stop.
Well, they actually have added. I think what they've done to differentiate them a little bit from KSU is they've added some black piping, stripes, whatever, a third color. Because the TCU we grew up with, they had two colors. It was purple and white. That was it.
I'm rolling my eyes.
What?
I'm rolling my eyes. You don't get to make up your school colors. Prince Peace used to do that all the time. It drove me nuts. I'm like, no, our colors are blue and white. Why are we now suddenly blue, white, and gray?
It's why it drives me insane when Tech does those ridiculous gray. Tech does those ridiculous gray costumes, and I hate those because Tech's colors aren't gray, red, black, and white. Tech's colors are scarlet and black with the white outline, and they've never been gray, but now we're wearing gray pants sometimes, which is an awful look, with gray helmets, awful look. By the way, this weekend, Tech's wearing the black pants on the road with the white tops, which will be nice.
Well, I like that.
They'll look good. I do like the all white, but they'll look good with the as they're getting the brains beat in.
Who are they playing this weekend?
Iowa State, and they'll be wearing some kind of tricked up costume. You watch. Iowa State will be in all black or something like that. There'll be some tricked up uniform. And Iowa State's colors are that maroonish red and gold.
Yeah.
But they'll be wearing some kind of all black uniform with flat black. And Tech's had black uniforms since the dawning of, since the 80s. Before that, they wore red in the 70s and 60s. So, yeah.
That's my bone to pick with TCU is that they make up colors and have ridiculous uniforms.
This week, red accident caused Horned Frogs bleed for the. Okay. It's an accent color this week.
Oh, that's that. I'm sorry. That's frog bleep.
Well, but still, their colors. I wonder. Let me see if I can get the actual KSU color. Let's see what comes up. Just to see if it gives me that's Kennesaw State. That's what I was looking for Kansas State, not Kennesaw State. There's actually, because I was looking this up the other day, different colors. Kansas State University, what their colors are, their actual color, there's a number, like their colors number are. Let's see if it shows up. Here we go. Here's their branding guide. Their brand guide is...
He shoots and he scores.
Well, I don't think the world wants to see that. Did you? What are you doing? Quit that. Stop it. I'm pulling you down. Stop it.
He's done.
It's not funny. What's wrong with you?
It's funny.
It's not funny at all. What's wrong with you?
It's funny.
I was trying to find the colors. I was going to compare the two purples because I know it can't be the same. They got to be slightly off, but this whole branding guide is way too much. I just want the colors. I don't need to know what the Olathe campus is or anything like that. I just want the color.
An Olathe campus?
Apparently they do. I was not aware of that either. Let's see here. Trying to get the purple color. Yeah, see this branding guide, and now I'm going to get swamped with. Let's see here. Colors. Where are their colors? Brand colors. 25. Wow, let's go on to page 25. The fact they have a 25-page. Here we go. Their color is PMS 268. Let's see what TCU's purple is. TCU purple colors. Let's just see. I would think they're probably a shade off, but not by much. Let's see here. TCU brand central. TCU's purple is theirs is actually a 268. Slightly different variation, not by much, but it's a little different, not by much. The naked eye wouldn't know, but yes, just to answer the question, there is a difference. Taking my text. Yeah, don't get any tickets there, please.
Yes. Yeah. Or getting any accidents. That would be terrible.
Is bogey fashion. Well,
stop.
But perfect purple. Well, again, I'm looking at the naked eye. I don't know if I can even cut this up fast enough. Yeah, 512888 is the hex number. Yeah, and the numbers are different. Let me see if I can sort of give you guys. I'll give you guys a sort of the idea of it. If I can sort of. Well, here's K-State's. I can actually give you guys that purple here. K-State's purple is this color. It is. Hold on. Well, let's try it again. All right, here we go. This is K-State's purple. I'm going to apply it to the theme there. That's K-State. You guys can really see that. Oops, sorry. Do this. Hold on. That's K-State's purple. Now I'm going to give you TCU's.
I can't.
You guys really well. It's going across the screen. I'm going to give you TCU's as well. Let me kind of give you there.
I'm not on Facebook.
Here we go. Here's the actual TCU one. This is the hex number. Okay, that's a slightly different number. And let's see. Give me just a second here.
K-State's is more royal blue.
Yes, I think you're. I think you're right. And here is TCU's. I just got it. Let me put this on the screen. Yes, and you're gonna. I think you'll see a difference here. I think. Come on, folks. No, sorry. This is the right one. I got the wrong one. I put the wrong one in. This is the one for TCU. I'm sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. This is TCU's done, and I'm going to apply it. Yeah, I notice a difference, but not much. This is TCU's purple. I notice a difference. If you put them up on the screen together and you sat there real close, there is a slight difference with the numbers, but not much. But the naked eye, you would notice. So just to clarify, the naked eye.
Can you say naked on the radio?
Yes, I can. Yes.
I was just kidding.
Yes, we're looking forward to all getting together too.
We can put Kaylin and guess what?
What?
We have social plans tonight.
Oh boy, what does that entail?
It entails dinner.
With who?
The Fanes.
Oh, how about that? That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Where are we going to?
I don't know. I need to ask Matt.
Well, we did determine. Well, that's good though.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, that's fun. Well, look forward to seeing them and catch up with them. Matt Fane went to TCA 85, and his lovely bride went to Lynch.
Yes, she was 87, 88, something like that.
She was the same. She was in. I think she was a year behind Campese David, I believe. I think, but not sure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting up too. We had a really good time, Tracy, 2 weeks ago, Friday night, with some of the old TCA gang too. So it was kind of a hodgepodge. We had 86, 85, 84, 83 as well. Is that right? We had two 83s in Billy and Thomas, 184. 2 85s and an 86. Is that right? Am I missing?
Yeah.
We had 3 85s because Kaylin was with us. I forgot.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna get on Facebook.
All right, babe. Thanks.
Bye.
There we go. There she goes. W40 there. We determined again, and I didn't even know this, but again, every team, for example, the T-Bones. And the reason I know this, and I've been going through this, we're working on a project in Australia for a team in Australia. And one of the things we've been going through is I've been going through, and I can kind of show you guys, I've been going to color combinations of uniforms. And I went through this week earlier. I went through, boy, I guess it was, oh man, I went through, I'm going to pull it up here, and maybe I can share the screen with you guys. I pulled up, let's see how many color combinations I had. Well, no, I haven't put it in there yet. I pulled up about 15 or 16 color combinations of just different, here we go, color combos. And some of them are 2, some are 3. But what you realize is, and the naked eye, the reason I'm telling you this because I'm looking right now at my color combos. I'll put this on the screen for you. You guys get an idea why I knew that TCU and K-State, while they both wore purple, and both purples are pretty close together, they weren't the same. Now, granted, looking right at it on the field, but if you saw them up close, on a screen, you'd know. And let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. Let's see if I can put this on the screen. How can I do this? Let me try it here. Here we go. This is what I'm going to try. This is a color palettes that I've been going through to put for the uniform for this new team. Let me put it up here and you guys can see it. Bring this down a little bit. What I want you to look at is those blues, for example. On your screen, they're probably going to look the same because the second row down is a canary yellow and a royalish blue. And then 2 more rows below is a red, white, and blue. That blue more of a little lighter hue of blue. Now, the naked eye, I can see it now on my screen. I can tell you it's different. But if you look close enough, that combination is actually, those blues aren't the same. The orange in the left corner is a little different too than that red in the middle. The green, there's a black. There's actually 2 different color grays, 3 different color whites. It's hard to tell, but that's a milk white for a different contrast. Those are 2 just basic whites. Let me give you guys one more view of this down here. It just shows you, these are 2 examples of yellows. Those yellows, one is a softer yellow. It doesn't look that way. And those 2 blues is actually a blue in the top row and a blue in the second row. The 4th row down is black, just a black and light, a milky white. But that orange, blue, and gray, kind of a Broncos look or Astros look. And you've got a navy and gold, but that's not really. It's a brighter. It's not quite a canary yellow, but close enough to it. But you can see that even those are all different colors. You can't tell with the naked eye, but those are different hues. I know you guys are being bored to tears here, but this is what I did this week. And here's a great example of the gold colors. And these are colors that I pulled up. Actually, one of these colors is the official color of one of the states in Australia. But you've got 3 different colors of yellow. You've got a goldish mustard and a gold and a more of a lighter canary with a purple. That purple right there is closer to the TCU purple number, if I remember correctly. It's a 5 number, but what they have these numbers, these hex numbers that are they're 4-digit numbers. That's how these colors are divvied up. But you get an idea. And there's 2 different color grays here, 2 different color navy blues. So you get the idea. There's a lot of different colors. That's why I was sort of into this whole conversation, because of my whole uniform design. There goes the dog there. Whole uniform design there. Lynch is a good school. Yeah, invites. Next time we do it, we'll put it out there. We don't have anything on the schedule at the moment, but we need to. We need to actually get everybody together. And we're working on this. I want to say Kaylin and Gay Marie did this a little bit fall of last year. We had a 85 group get together, and we had just a generic TCA get together where Wendell Harris came, one of our coach teachers, a couple of members of the 86, the 84s, 85s. We all got together. We're going to try to kind of sort of do something like that going forward. Getting one group together is great, but we usually get about 7 to 8. But if you can get 5 or 6 from each one and kind of do a big thing, it's pretty fun. So looking forward to doing that. And I imagine that's something as we get a little closer to coming out of this whole COVID deal, we will do that. But all good. I wonder if I actually let's pull my screen up here and see what, let's see here. I just kind of checking here what I missed. All good. Okay, so we got dinner plans. That's good. Good news. Good news. Anyway, weekend for us. That'll be our tonight. We got tomorrow night our normal time on the patio at our favorite Mexican food place, and Sunday church, Cowboys, and hoping they'll get off the. I have little or no faith with Tech tomorrow. I just don't want them to embarrass themselves, and they can sort of stay within a couple scores. Man. Another point now where bring on basketball, folks. Bring on Tech hoops. The Cowboys must win, and they lose the Giants. Well, there'll probably be a lot of firings on Monday. But I still think that by Thanksgiving, this Cowboy team will be a much better place, and you'll feel a lot better. I think they'll be much better than they are now. Granted, they got a lot of injury issues, a lot of problems there to fix. The defense is just dreadful, but I think that they will. And really, let's get that down to it. They eliminate the turnovers. If they're not -7, if they're -4, if they're -3 in turnovers, they're 3-1. I mean, they win last week. They win opening day. I mean, they would have won those 2 games. Probably win in Seattle. Well, win in Seattle too. So anyway, probably lost the Falcon game, but all good. So that's what we got going on. Yeah, in fact, fashionable. The kids want those cool uniforms too. But it was interesting because they were talking about it on the radio today or Wednesday about the clash of the purples. I thought, sure, they're not the same color. And having been at K-State long enough, up in Kansas long enough, I did know they were slightly different color, a little lighter shade for K-State. TCU's a little darker. I never had a problem with TCU's uniforms ever as far as their colors. Again, growing up, they were always white and purple, and usually had a silver helmet back in the day, a gray helmet back in the day in the 80s. Never had a problem with that. But big hugs as well. By the way, I brought some new graphics. You can see me in the corner there in my cowboy getup. There I am in my cowboy getup with my big hugs graphic right there. I've got rid of the still have the summer getup. Here's the summer getup, but got the summer getup out and got the Cowboys getup for the fall. And the air hugs, everybody. There we go, the air hugs for everybody. We'll be putting up a couple of those little other ones too. I don't know why that one's so small there in the corner. He looks smaller than the other logo, doesn't he? A little bit. Am I just seeing that? Or let me see. Does he look? Let's put the other one up just to see. He looks a little smaller, but maybe he's about the same size. We're all good. Same size. Okay, same size. There we go. Same size. There we go. But air hugs, you guys. All righty. We determined very little today, but we had Mom and GM and everybody else checked in. Glad you guys did. Virtual hugs, the air hugs, as we do to you all the time. Be better tomorrow than we were today. Have more love tomorrow than you did today. Be more empathetic tomorrow than you were today. Let's keep going forward, keep getting better. It's going to be okay. It's going to work out in the end. I have way too much faith in the American persona and the powers that be upstairs. It's going to be okay. So fight on, folks. Fight on. All righty. Time to get ready for dinner and head out. And hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. See you guys on Monday. Probably going to go 3 more times next week. The week after, I've got a sub 3 days in a row. This is interesting. Tracy, you might like this. I'm actually substituting for my high school football coach, Hank Harmon, on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in 2 weeks at TCA. That's going to be kind of fun. I'm looking forward to it. But I think I will. That week we may drop the 2 shows, but we're going to keep at least our Friday, Monday schedule, I think. Okay, much love. Big hugs, everybody. Let's bring down let's leave the logo up. Let's put this on the screen. See you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Love you guys, and we'll see you then. See you later. See you later. See you later. See you later.